Hi, welcome to Doll Alchemy. I know it's been at least a month since my last doll repaint video, but that's because I had a lot of things going on with the beginning of the school year, and then there were 2 weddings and a mini vacation to Sleepy Hollow, New York that took place all the while I was working on my newest doll. So, in light of all things spooky in Halloween season, I chose finally to make my own original witch character. I think witches are having kind of a renaissance in popular culture, so it was time. I chose to use the body of this Briar Beauty and the head of this, I think she was Rosabella? It's a different character, but her face mold is exquisite. So I boiled her head after giving her a thorough haircut to make it easier to get off the neck peg. And after a few coats of Mr. Super Clear, I got right into working on her face up. I did a fair amount of blushing with soft pastels on her cheeks, and I also wound up using actual eyeshadow, blue eyeshadow, for the backgrounds of her eyelids so that it would have a nice shimmery effect. I chose not to do anything too spooky with her face up. I kept her lashes painted on rather than using falsies, just because I'm going to use yarn for her hair, and sometimes I find that, especially a fluffy yarn like this, the eyelashes retain a lot of the fibers, the false eyelashes. So I don't know if that's everyone's experience, but it's been mine. So I used a couple of different shades of yarn to produce this kind of galaxy hair effect. So after a little bit of styling, I wound up pulling her hair back and mounting some of the blue parts of her hair on top of her head, since I'm going to have to fit all of this under a witch hat later. But pretty cool. I really enjoy the color scheme, and if I had the ability to, my hair would look like this too. As far as her outfit goes, I wanted to stay in the purple family and to give her sort of a lot of layers, at least to the skirt. I also decided on doing a kind of high-low in the front so that you would be able to see her stockings. And then I took apart, I guess it was like a cheap little Halloween toy that had these layers of tulle that had moons and stars printed on them. So I put those underneath a layer of lace, and I thought that added a really cool effect. And then I decided to give her bell sleeves and with an over corset. So I just used the same nice purple fabric from before, and I decided to ruche up the sleeves a little bit too, so you would be able to see her hands with no issue. Excuse the shaky cam here. I wanted to show the shimmery effect of this thread that I'm going to use to lace her corset, which is made of a, very cheap faux leather. and I added these little black skull beads I had to the ends. I was really excited to use this sparkly black fabric I found as kind of I guess it winds up being sort of a cape that's like attached to her corset. I don't know if there's an official name for that, but I just thought the effect was really cool. I closed out all of the edges there on the corset with some purple ribbon I had. And then I moved on to painting these shoes that I've had in my stock for a while, which I thought were appropriate. They matched her outfit and are, like boots, which I thought was appropriately witchy. I chose to use Warbler to make her witch hat out of, just because it's easier to manipulate than fabric, I feel, at this size, if you want to make curves or strange shapes. And I wanted it, the point of her hat to sort of like taper back but still be pretty upright. So this is what I wound up with as a base. And I covered the whole thing in several layers of fabric. I've had this galaxy fabric for a while. I wanted to use that as like a peekaboo effect under her hat. And then I covered the top of her hat in a layer of gauze. And then that was just along the brim. I'm also going to put some lace around the edge too. And then on the top part of the hat, I still had some of that tulle with the stars and moons on it. So I glued that directly onto there with some of my Loctite vinyl glue. And then I cut like a thin ribbon imperfectly from that same swatch of purple fabric for the ribbon around her hat, and added a couple of extra details with beads and string and things that I had around the house. I also had ordered a couple of very cheap brooms from Amazon for dolls that I modified. I put a really cute purple skull bead up top and some star details down on the bristle part. So because I stuck close to a galaxy star moon theme, I decided to name this character Astrid, the Celestial Witch, and I had a lot of fun photographing her outside. This was right after we decorated my backyard for Halloween, so don't mind all of the Halloween inflatables that belong to my son in the background. I think Astrid came out particularly well, or at least she photographs wonderfully. I'd actually really like to continue a whole series of custom witch dolls, original characters. But for the moment, I kind of need to just recover creatively and emotionally and physically from the craziness of the past few months. So as always, thank you for stopping by. If you enjoyed my channel, please like, subscribe, share with all your friends on social media. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.